Romans 12 verse 2 Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Cultural norms and traditions influence us, but we have the power to overcome them. The phrases do not be conformed and be transformed in the Greek indicate that it is our decision to reject the influence of these norms and traditions, and choose a transformed life over them, present imperatives. Christians can acquiesce or resist them. The ways of the world are both false and fleeting. Conformation to the world is superficial, however, transformation changes the essence of the person from within. People are naturally conformists. It is tempting to go along with the crowd. God, however, asks the believer to march to a different drummer no matter what the cost. He does this by transforming us so that we operate under an entirely different structure for living. God will not force us to follow Him. True change comes from within. Dead leaves fall off the tree because new leaves form on the branch from within. God has revealed about Himself in the Word of God. We can know what is in the Bible, however, knowing the will of God takes effort and study. It is impossible to do the will of God without knowing it. God's will has a beneficial effect. It is good because knowing and doing the will of God brings spiritual growth. Christian will ultimately be conformed into the image of Christ. Something perfect achieves its full destiny. It is complete. Mature believers know and apply the will of God to their lives. When a person chooses to reject the world system but decides for the will of God instead, this shows that his or her life is yielded to God. A constantly yielded life produces a mature life centered in the will of God. Romans 12 verse 2 Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect.